Kelly. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are going to be doing a reading challenge video. I thought if I am going to try to tackle my December TBR, I better challenge myself. And today's challenge is I am going to try to read 100 pages at least every day of this week that I have. So basically all I have to do is read at least 100 pages out of any of the books of my TBR and see if I complete the goal by the end of this week. It's currently Wednesday morning before work, and I thought I'd record this intro to explain the challenge and also to show the book that I chose to start this challenge off, which is Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. This book I am super excited to read. I just finished Powerless by Elsie Silver and loved. I needed another cutesy little romance book. So she's Instagram famous. She decides that, well, she doesn't decide. Something happens where she needs to move to, I believe, Montana, a national park in Montana, away from the busy life of being an influencer. And she is basically in the middle of nowhere with no service, and she's trying to figure out, if this is the life for her, if being away from all of it, or if it's if she's better off being in Manhattan in a busy town with social media and all that. She also meets this guy who is complete opposite of her, who is the park ranger, and he hates anything social media, and he uses a flip phone. So opposites attract, possibly. So, and I thought it was super cute because some of the pages has little Instagram posts. Here's on chapter 1, has a little Instagram post of the character. So I thought that was super cute. I don't know anything about this author. I literally got this at Half Price Books. It was in the clearance section. Thought the cover was adorable. So cute. And then I read the back and I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. So I do need to take the sticker off the front. Oh, perfect. I love when stickers just come right off. Look at that. There you go, Famous for a Living. So we're going to start this book today. We're going to try to read 100 pages. I do have the audiobook from Libby for this book, so I might listen to it and read. I like reading while listening to the audiobook when I have the chance, just because, I don't know, it's I don't have to actually read. I'm listening to someone read to me kind of deal. But still reading, right? That's how it works, right? So we're gonna start Famous for a Living this morning until I have to head to work and see how far I get, and if I don't reach 100, I'm gonna try to read this evening. So there we go. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. I did not read 100 pages yesterday. I feel like Wednesdays are always my busy days, so I never get to reading in the evening when I get home from work. So I only got to page 77, chapter 5. So I was almost there, but this morning while I was getting ready, I decided to listen to the audiobook for a little bit, and now I'm on page 100, chapter 7. So far, enjoying it. So Famous for a Living right now, we meet Kat Cranwell. She is basically Instagram famous. She is a celebrity, but social media celebrity. So I don't know who to Charli D'Amelio type celebrity, but not TikTok. Dan's famous. She's literally she is on Instagram and she posts pictures and stuff. And so it starts off with showing that she is going to start working for this company, and it's a new company, and she just signed a contract, and they're gonna try to boost her posts and all that, so she is the face for this company. And then 3.5 months later, the company fails or is getting sued for selling their information, or what else? Oh, fraud, security concerns. There's a lot of class action lawsuits for the company that her face is on. So she gets a lot of backlash from people and she basically is like, trying to ignore the problem but also not ignore the problem. So I think it's her friend or like someone on her team is like, why don't you go live your life, pretend like nothing's going on, and because guilty people like post what's going on, so you're not guilty, so go to your uncle's place out in the Cannery National Park. And so she does, and she is in Montana now, and she's in a little cabin. It's snowing, so it kind of works with the weather this week because it just snowed, and it's literally, kid you not, let's look at the temperature here in Minnesota. It is currently -5. Do you guys see that? -5, and it feels like -9. So they were hiking, and it was talking about how it was like 10 degrees out, and I'm like, oh, same in Minnesota. So it's just like I'm going on a hike outside right now. So she meets a couple other park rangers, and Zaya is the one to show where her cabin is and kind of show her around. So it's kind of building up like their relationship between each other. But yeah, they just went on a hike in the freezing cold. So far I'm enjoying it, so I'm gonna try to continue to listen to it this morning, like I said, and try to reach 100 pages. But I'm enjoying it. It's cute. Cute so far, and I like I said, every chapter has like a little Instagram picture, so I kind of love that. Do not mind the look. Literally, I'm about to head to bed. I have a pimple patch on, I have my PJs, I have my little Snuggie. I'm literally heading to bed, but I was like, hold on, let me update and let them know that I will reach 100 pages today, and I have 30 pages left, which, if I'm listening on audiobook, is not that many. So I'm gonna read and listen along. I also forgot to mention this morning that the reason why Kat is in Cannery National Park, or I kind of mentioned why, but also when she's there, her uncle Tom, is it? I think it's Uncle Tom. Her uncle basically is like, hey, can you work on our like social media because you know a lot about it, so like can you do our Instagram page basically for Cannery National Park. So she's kind of like in charge of it. But yeah, right now she's like building some relationships with her co-workers, the other park rangers, and learning more about the national park and what they do for fun. And she just did like a polar plunge into a frozen lake. So like I said, I'm gonna listen to like 30-ish, 40-ish more pages before I fall asleep tonight, because I need to reach 100 pages. So that's what's going on. Good morning. Hi. Next day, I did reach 100 pages yesterday. I am now on 177. So far in Famous for a Living, they did the polar plunge, and I guess other groups from other like places come and do the polar plunge, and they have beef with Glacier National Park because Glacier gets a lot of traction and visitors than Cannery National Park. And so it's a rumor, actually it's not a rumor, it's known fact that Cannery National Park is going to be bought by Glacier National Park. So that's why Cannery National Park is trying to boost their traction or their visitor count and all of that, trying to get people into the national park, so when it's time to look at numbers, they don't have to merge with another national park. So, and a bunch of people would lose their jobs, like Kat's uncle and then Zaya, the park ranger, and all that. So Kat finds this out, and she is kind of overwhelmed because she's like, you want me to boost their social media to try to save the national park basically from being merged in and like you guys losing your jobs. Great, good to know. That's where we're at. They're about to hang out. Her best friend Bobby is like, how is Zaya? And Kat's just denying that she has like a little crush on him, but it's very clear she does have a crush on him. So this book is pretty short. It's less than 300 pages, so I'm gonna get some reading done now. And then today is Friday, which I'm never really busy on a Friday night, but this Friday I am busy at my work's holiday party, and then I'm going to go see Wicked for the second time in theaters. So super excited about that because I love Wicked so much and I could watch that movie over and over again. So yeah, so we're gonna get some listening in today, this morning before I head to work, and then see if I can do my goal. I hope so, because then I believe there's only a couple other pages in this, and then I could finish it and start a new book, and that would be great. Because then I can show you another book that I could read off my TBR. We're tackling the TBR while reading 100 pages. Did not read 100 pages. So sorry to disappoint. Yesterday probably was one of my busier days in a while. Did not get home until midnight. Ugh. And I went straight to bed. As soon as I got home, I like face planted into my bed basically. But I did read, I believe, 70 pages, so I was really, really close. But I'm on page 200, chapter 13, The Supported Niece. So I will be finishing this book hopefully today. I am just decorating the Christmas tree. I have the tree up. I just haven't decorated it, but that's my first to do, is decorate the tree, and then I'm gonna wrap some presents since Austin's not home right now and I have a couple of his gifts to wrap. I'm probably just gonna listen to this while I do all those things like household stuff. So I think that'd be a good way to be productive in both ways of reading and getting stuff done. So that's the plan for today. And I got nothing else going on, so I will finish this book today, which I'm excited to finish and start another book. So there we go. So I just finished listening to Famous for Our Living, and I didn't realize this. I liked the ending of it, super cute, of like the epilogue and all that. But like I looked up the tags on Goodreads because I was like, okay, it's not really a romance. Like there is a little bit of a romance in here, but it's mostly like a fiction, literary fiction. And it says like chick lit, like a chick woman's fiction type deal, which I totally agree. It's more about Kat's struggle with like her addiction to her phone and social media and having this like online persona, and then throughout the story she learns that, you know what, I don't need to put on all this makeup and flex these big extravagant things that I don't even really necessarily need in my life. I can post about like the things that make me happy and like real content of a real person, everyday life type deal, instead of being kind of like fake online. I also was looking at the tags, like I said, and it came up as Christian fiction, which I was like, oh, did not know that. And I don't know how it's Christian fiction because it didn't really talk about religion in any sense, but it's interesting that it's tagged as that. Not sure why. Maybe the author writes Christian fiction. I'm not sure. But overall, it was a very cute story about a woman just kind of finding out that, hey, you know what? I don't need this extravagant online persona. I'm going to be my true self type deal, like a self-discovery type deal. So I'm probably going to rate this like a 3-star. It's not my favorite. It was okay. I think the only reason I picked up this book was because of the cover, and I thought it would be more romance heavy between these two, but it was very like the last 100 pages is when the romance like picked up, but it wasn't even like picked up. It was like, let's go on a date and then like tell our feelings to each other, and then boom, we're together. Like it's just very like meh. So probably like a 3-star for this one. It's not bad, but it's definitely a good read for those who just want like a self-discovery type book. So there we go. Famous for a Living is done. We've read 89 pages today, and I do have Dungeons and Drama as a Libby audiobook on hold, but I also have Lights Out, which if you don't know what Lights Out is, I been hearing this audiobook on TikTok, which book talk. But this audiobook, I somehow got a copy through Libby, and I have it right there, DC, and I really, really want to listen to it. And I think it'd be really exciting to listen to, even though it's not on my TBR. The only other book I have for an audiobook on my TBR would be Once Upon a River, which I'm not really feeling it. I don't know what I'm feeling. I have Dungeons and Drama as an audiobook if I want to keep reading, but also I don't want to read all my audiobooks right now. I feel like that will be, or read all my audiobooks. I don't want to read all my romance books. Like Dungeons and Drama I do want to get to, but I think I'm going to save it for when I need like a palate cleanser, if that makes sense. So I think, okay, sorry for the camera angle change because I was using my TDR as some levelers. But okay, we have The House in the Cerulean Sea, Once Upon a River, or The Secret Life of Bees. And Secret Life of Bees is smaller than both, which would be good, but it also might, like the print is smaller, so that might throw me off. Maybe I'll start Once Upon a River since I have the audiobook, but then the audiobook is 16 hours long, so that kind of scares me. And then I also have The House in the Cerulean Sea, which maybe I'll start this. I did put a hold on it, but it looks like I won't get it in a while. So this I could start. This is when I wish you guys could pick for me. Like right now, just tell me which one of these I should read. I'm gonna come back real quick. Okay, so I have gone down to these books, and I think I'm gonna do The House in the Cerulean Sea. I think because this has been on my TBR before, and I was just reading the back, and I was like, okay, this sounds interesting to read. And I know there is a second book that just came out. I think it's part of the series, or it's a series or something like that. So I think I'm gonna start this book, but I am needing to go run some errands, so I'm not. Well, I could read the 20 pages now. I'm gonna read the 20 pages now, and then I'll go out shopping. How about that? That sounds great. There we go. We'll do that. So I'm gonna start and read the first 20 pages, which will bring me to chapter 3. So let's do that. Okay, so I've read to chapter 3. I've read up to page 32, so I reached my 100 pages. Whoop whoop. But I am definitely going to read a little bit more of this today, later. This book is kind of giving me Miss Peregrine's Home of Peculiar Kids or Children vibe, like where there's like weird, the kids have like powers, or they're like kind of weird and peculiar. But it's also giving me the video game vibe of like Stanley Parable, of his job, of like everyone's in a line, like they all have desks, they all have to do the same thing, and they have like there's specific rules and regulations they have to follow, and it's kind of giving me that vibe. So it's definitely like a little like, I don't even know what to describe the vibe, but I'm very interested in it. And he just got called to the extremely upper management, which the back says that he's going to get sent to an island to go do this like classified assignment. So I'm excited to read more of this and like learn about these kids and their special powers, or like the magic that they hold. So I'm very interested in this. It's hooking me, but I am gonna go run some errands. I did reach my 100 pages. Don't need to read anymore, but I probably will later on today. Hi, good morning. It is the next day. It is still a little dreary and gloomy outside, but it is a lot warmer here in Minnesota. It's actually 35 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 40 today, which is a heat wave for us. The snow is melting. I can see water dripping down from the roof, which is kind of crazy for December in Minnesota, because usually it's always just cold and lots of snow. So that's how the morning's going so far. I did read over 100 pages yesterday. I read 120 pages because I enjoyed getting into the book, The House in the Cerulean Sea. But I'm only like 3 chapters in, so I'm not too far into it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my little comfy area in the living room and read for about an hour. I don't have anything going on today. It's basically just like a lazy Sunday. Probably just relax, read for a little bit, and see how far I can get within an hour. And then maybe take a break from reading, do some things around the house, and then maybe read again. So that's the plan for today. I'm enjoying this book so far. It's very reminiscent of like other shows and movies and books that I've read in my childhood. I feel like so far, like it just feels like the setting and what's going on. I'm like, oh, this seems familiar. Like, I don't know what it reminds me of, but it's there. I'm like, this seems familiar. So let's see if I can get up to at least 100 pages today. More would be even better, and get some reading done today. Hello, it is later, and I've read about 80 pages. Let me make sure I'm doing the math right. 100 and what am I at? 20 minus 42. Okay, yeah, 80 pages. So I need to read 20 more pages to get to 100, which I think I'm able to do. I am about to go shower and then get ready for bed, and I think I'll listen to those 20 pages and try to read in bed, and hopefully the next time I see you in the morning will be me telling you I did it. So that's the plan. And if I don't, it's because I was really tired. I did finish the 100 pages yesterday, which was great because I found the audiobook on YouTube, luckily, so I could listen to it while I multitask, because that's my favorite thing to do, is to multitask. And I'm currently now about this far into the book, and I'm liking it a lot. I like learning about the kids at the orphanage, which, if you don't know, this book is about Linus Baker, who is a caseworker for the department in charge of magical youth. He's 40. He doesn't have a wife or anyone else. He just has a cat who doesn't really like him. And he is summoned by upper management to go on a special assignment to go check out this orphanage on an island, hint, this house. And he's trying to figure out if anything's wrong or any wrongdoing is going on there. And he gets to meet the 6 dangerous magical children, and I love learning about them and like their little quirks and their personalities within the last few chapters of this book, or like last few that I've read. I'm excited to see what is gonna happen now that we have met the children and we're learning bits and pieces of the children, and then also the caretaker, which his name is Arthur. He's the master, but also he has a file of his own, so it's like kind of a mystery of like who he is or why he has a file, even though it's magical youth. That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. So something, he's something for sure. But yeah, I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. I saw this was like a cozy fantasy, or like a very magical book, and I'm enjoying it a lot, and I'm excited to continue reading and hopefully read more books by this author because I like his writing style for sure. And this is my first book by TJ Klune. I know he's written other books, like the one on the back that I see is Under the Whispering Door. There's also Wolf Song, if that's right. The one where there's like a wolf on the cover. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I would love to read more books by this author. So I'm going to continue reading this morning and keep up, you know, the goal of reading 100 pages every day, even though I'm not going to be vlogging it. I think it's a good just like reading goal to hit every day, or at least try, but also not force myself or make myself read 100 pages every day if I can't, because of life can be busy sometimes. So totally understandable, but I think it's a good goal to keep in my head, just to try to read 100 pages, just to keep that motivation up and hopefully not slump. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this vlog. It definitely helped me tackle my TBR and get some reading done and get into some really good books and finish some good books and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe. I post videos once a week, whether it's book content, lifestyle, vlogs, kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. If that's your taste in videos, you should subscribe. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye!